105.7 The Hawk. Good morning, Tom Cunningham. Bruce Brunch radio program. Always love to have guests come into the studio, especially today. It's our Festival of Love. We heard new music from Darlene Love, and we prepare for Saturday night's Love concert right back there at the Paramount Theatre in Asbury Park. Glen Burtnik, welcome back.
Hey, great to be here, Tom. Thanks for having me.
Good. Now, when last night late, you were on stage performing there.
The after party for the Darlene Love experience.
Right.
Yeah.
And
great.
The Weaklings, your great band, the Weaklings.
Thanks.
Killing it.
Thanks.
That has been, since we were first exposed to that project, one of my favorite things to come on down the line in a long time. The quality of the musicianship, the artistry, the respect for the sound, the music, no surprise to me, but I revel in it.
Yeah, it is definitely a retro-ish kind of thing, and if you love the music of, the 60s and pop music from that era, I guess you would relate to it, and we love it, and so, we put this band together, recorded an album in mono, live, pretty much in the studio, and the way things used to be done. And
it's on vinyl, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Which is a beautiful thing.
The way God intended man to listen to music.
Yeah, right, one skippy scratch at a time. So there was Love at the Paramount Theatre last night. There will be Love at the Paramount Theatre in Asbury Park on Saturday night, the Love concert.
Yeah.
Now, I guess it was in the winter time at the Asbury Music Festival, or Music Awards. You were the Lifetime Achievement guy, or the Grand Kahuna for the year, which was very cool. And that happened at the Stone Pony, and you took that opportunity to propose marriage to a lucky young gal.
Yeah, I didn't know. They kind of sprung it on me that I was going to receive this Living Legend Award, which is a funny thing to me. But there were little hints going on in my life. I would notice somebody saying something or whatever. People getting quiet when I walked up to her. So the week leading up to it, I realized that there might be something going on at the Pony. And so I had been planning a surprise on my girlfriend. I bought a ring. And I was going to ask her, and I thought I'd do that for Christmas, but this came sooner. And or maybe her birthday. Yeah, I was going to do it for whenever I was going to do it, I was going to spring the question. And so I'm in the Stone Pony having a great time. I'm over in one corner flirting with some other girl. And then, and I hear, and Tony Pallagrosi's on stage. I'm off in a corner, and my good friend, my dear friend, the great Tony Pallagrosi's on stage talking, and I hear the word Beatlemania. And I think, uh-oh, this is about me. So, because there's nobody else in this room who's got anything to do with Beatlemania. So I had grabbed this ring on my way out of my apartment, so I had it in my pocket. And then I came closer to the stage and listened to what Tony was saying, and he inducted me as with a Living Legend Award at the Asbury Park Music Awards. So, the way I work is, I try to deflect as much attention as possible. I figured this is a great opportunity to get the limelight off of me and put it on put somebody else on the spot. So I proposed marriage on the stage of the Stone Pony to the woman I love. And I loved that. We love Asbury Park, and we fell in love in Asbury Park. So I proposed on the Stone Pony stage in Asbury Park. And then, so this has led to where are we going to get married?
Right.
So Tony helps me a lot in my life, and he and I got together on this, and Christina, of course, is involved because she's going to get married. But we decided let's get married on stage at the Stone Pony in the middle of a concert, and it's the Love concert. So the entire evening is really a celebration of love music, and it just so happens to going to include me getting hitched.
So it's Saturday night at the Paramount Theatre.
Yeah.
Who will be performing with you? Who will be sharing the love, spreading the love, if you will?
First of all, I want everybody to know it's not really going to be an orgy or anything on stage, but we will be sharing the love musically.
Right.
Marshall Crenshaw, boy, I wish I had the list in front of me. The Weaklings will play for sure. Got any names? Tony Pallagrosi.
Yeah. Tony's
I've asked Tony to sing, to come out of retirement. He's going to sing. Well, it's going to be a big surprise what he sings, and another local promoter, Sammy Boyd, is going to perform. But also a lot of other local musicians. Emily Grove, the great Remember Jones. Reagan Richards and William Zahner.
Gordon, Gordon in the house.
Yeah.
Cool.
A girl that was on American Idol, Brielle Von Hugel. Anyway, a bunch of people, and I'm forgetting names, but it's going to be one of those extravaganzas where there's a million artists and everybody gets a turn, and lots of strings and horns and all kinds of stuff.
So kind of like what was there last night, except there will be nuptials involved this coming Saturday. So it's back-to-back Saturday nights at the Paramount Theatre. Glen Burtnik getting married, the Love concert. Let me ask you this. So 5 weeks from now, 5 weeks from yesterday, my daughter goes down the aisle.
Wow.
So here's what I'm thinking. We could slide them in as an opening act, and then Dad saves zillions of dollars, and
wow,
we're good and we're done.
Excellent idea.
I'm gonna roll that by Mrs. C when I get home and see how far that goes.
Yeah, well, maybe we could, take this show on the road and just wherever people need to get married, we'll do this.
You're in.
We'll celebrate love. Celebrate love with the Love concert. Get married at our show.
All right.
Have a rock and roll wedding.
Rock and roll wedding. No, that's kind of what this is.
Yeah. Tickets are on sale now through
Ticketmeister.
Ticketmaster. And Tony, you'll be singing, so I think that we'll maybe jump over on that microphone, if you will, Mr. Pallagrosi, for a quick second. You've rarely sung publicly.
No, actually, that's not really true.
Okay.
A couple of the bands I was in, I used to sing a couple of songs. They let me sing a few songs, but I kind of insisted on singing.
Okay.
Feet and stamp my feet.
Right. And will the trumpet? Will you?
Oh no,
So,
not yet.
I was thinking about you last night. Stevie sang "Love on the Wrong Side of Town." Yeah. Which was incredible, a song you played trumpet on.
I recorded that, yeah.
And he'd never performed it with the strings like that before last night.
He has performed it before, though. I was there.
Yeah, that one night in '77, but not with the strings. That was
no.
He was adamant about that last night.
And, I wish I had seen that.
Mind blower.
Mind blowing.
His 3-song set in the middle of the thing was spectacular. So well, good. There's love. There's plenty of love to
It's
go
a love
around.
party.
It's a carnage of love, a festival of love here on the Bruce Brunch this morning at 105.7 The Hawk. Glenn, you come with guitar and new lyrics. I think you're going to surprise us with something here this morning, and we love live performance here on the Bruce Brunch. What do you got?
Well, it's a song I've been writing. I mean, I was still working on it. It's a brand new song. I've never sung it to anyone before. Writing it around the apartment, keeping it away from my fiance, because I thought the first time I was going to sing this song was going to be on Saturday night at the Love concert. But because I love you, Tom, I thought that this would be an opportunity to do a world premiere. I'm pretty sure Christina's not listening, so she'll still be surprised.
There you go. I like it.
My eye caught a face caught my eye, standing out in a crowd of thousands, like a pinpoint of light from a window at night in a landscape of empty houses. And all I could see is her looking at me, and my heart starts to sputter and flicker. I didn't know her yet, but soon I met the girl with the hourglass figure. I didn't know what to say when she made her way backstage with that smile on her kisser. She'd have none of that, but she did not react when I told her I wanted to hold her. That very first hug felt like a drug, like a shot of the sweetest liquor. Then I watched her turn and walk away, the girl with the hourglass figure. Standing face to face with this beautiful work of art, not a line out of place, in the shape of a perfect heart. What I saw that night changed my life. I fell in love with the policeman's daughter. Ever since then, we're the best of friends. You could say she's caught every crazy thing I've tossed her. You could say there was no turning back from the night Cupid pulled his trigger. And from this day on, I belong to the girl with the hourglass figure.
Yeah, Glen Burtnik, live on the Bruce Brunch at 105.7 The Hawk. So, Glenn, you've crossed paths with Mr. Springsteen from time to time over the years, and he's imparted some thoughts that have stuck around, I'm sure.
He has an amazing memory. You know, he remembers stuff, and he's always impressed me with that. But the last time I saw him was a little less than a year ago. It was a New Jersey Hall of Fame ceremony. I was kind of like the Paul Schaefer of the night. I was the MD, and Bruce inducted Brian Williams. Of course, a few months later, we know what happened. I think it was a couple of weeks later, we know what happened to Brian Williams' career. But anyway, Bruce had nothing to do with that. But he did induct Brian, and there was much, as I'm sure there is often with Bruce when he comes in public. The question is, there were guitars on stage. I was the band leader. There was music, drummers, singers, everything, and everyone expecting, is Bruce going to play? And so the night is almost over. The MC, whose name escapes me, he was on the cast of The Sopranos. He turns to me. He's supposed to close out the show, and he turns to me and he says, so he looks at me like I'm supposed to know if Bruce wants to sing or not. So I go running off stage, and I ask Bruce. I put my hand on his shoulder. He's talking to Brian. And I'm like, Bruce, do you want to play? And this is the last thing that Bruce Springsteen said to me. Nah. And that's my story for today, Tom. And I quote, nah. And that's it. And I'm like, okay, good. The boss has spoken. So that's it.
And we have to leave now because it gets no better than nah.
That's great.
Right, so, but Christina said yes. She didn't say nah.
That's true.
And we will see you folks Saturday night at the Paramount Theatre in Asbury Park.
Thank you, Tom. Yes.
Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Tony P,
Thanks,
for
Tom.
coming in today on the Bruce Brunch here at the Hawk.